better known as Krista around here. Joined with me today is the rest of the cast. We have Liz, Kaz, and Balkan, who will be reprising their characters. It's a shame that Discord decided that it was going to have the worst hiccup of all as we played last game. So we're going to pick up where we left off. Quick recap. Aggie, our engineer, and Gould, our Ditopus, were able to make some really stellar plans for capturing and monitoring, capturing on video and monitoring wildlife on the Siren planet of Plugavus. It is very much what I would equate to like Hawaii, where there's very large cities, and then there's also vast jungles and untapped wildlife, and they sort of play it up as a tropical paradise. They were, they also had the doctor, Ellie Wright, who was tasked with a small job to go and look after a sick creature that had been under observation. Turns out, sick creature was infected with a parasite, and the sick creature was also about 4 stories tall. And the parasite was, about basketball size. When the creature went down, it attacked, like all the little parasites attacked Ellie, who went Rambo on them, just firing off shot after shot after shot in a timed minigame that we did. And then got back to the clinic on Plugavus' main city hub of Seoul. And was very quickly rushed to what was essentially the emergency room. Everybody ran to come and see her. During that time, there was a transmission that was made where Xanos, the Siren who is the pilot of the Rust Bucket, said, "Hey, get all your shit together. Stuff's about to go down." And then just cut off the connection. Everybody took that as a pretty good sign of, alright, time to hop ship, and we are leaving. They have not yet been paid for what they've done so far. The employer, the ecologist Tarok, is very, very confused as they rush past him to get to the ship and start unloading things. Gould, spotting Medulla on the beach talking with a Siren and a very, very large alien known as a Treek, decides to stir up trouble where nobody expected trouble to be stirred up by Gould, of all people. Everybody else heads back to the ship to start grabbing what they can. And I believe that was where we left off. Everybody got back to the ship more or less in one piece.
Your link's still wrong. I'm sorry.
Is it? Oh, Jesus. Okay. I wrote the right one, though.
I didn't want to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
I wrote the right one. It didn't. I can't. I fucking hate this. Okay, so. Thank you. I will fix. Stop. That's my. Yeah, that's the wrong one. And then we delete this. Okay. Delete. Tweet. I put the right link earlier on. I'm not fussed about it. I don't know why it's deciding to be a butt, but it is. So, such is life. There it is. Okay, now I have the right link. It should work. And it's up now. Thank you, Kaz. Now it's my Twitch one. Yes, I know it was the wrong one before. Thank you. Yes, it's up. It's fixed. It's the right one. I can see it, and it goes to my Twitch. And I got out my special dice for this event. Just in case we need them.
No.
What do you mean no? Well, we might. I mean, you know. No, these are my special dice that I got at Origins in 2006. I have the full set. They are purple, raspberry color, and silver, and they're quite nice. And we shall see how it goes. Shall we?
No.
Yes. Yes, in fact, indeed.
Remove them.
I'm back.
Hi.
Hello.
I have special dice.
We're just yelling at Krista.
Yes.
Remove them.
I've been hearing you yelling. I've just been having to.
I mean, I can either use
quickly.
I can either use the special dice or I can use the space dice, and the space dice really like to roll well.
Remove them all. You don't get to roll anymore. Just us.
I can't DM like this. I can't work under these conditions.
Can if you try hard enough. Try harder, Krista. Try harder.
Okay, so what's everybody doing? You all grab some shit in from the rust bucket. What are you doing?
Well, it was at the time. It was Ali and
Ellie.
I was
don't you do it the other way? Because I've had enough of you already calling Charlie Ellie. Don't you do it the other way around as well?
I paused.
We have a World of Darkness game, and we have a World of Darkness game. And Kaz decided to name both characters names that ended in IE. So there's Charlie and Ellie. So yes, they're going to be confused. I'm sorry. This is
completely different name.
This is your life now, Kaz. Live with it. No, I'm kidding.
Sorry, I paused because I knew I was gonna fuck up.
Yeah, and I heard the pause and I recognised why you paused.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay. So
Ellie, Charlie, I'm loving all of this so
anyway,
much.
at least you can look in chat and see what her name is. So what are you going to do? Gould was followed by Medulla, who was on their best behavior of all things. Imagine that.
Yes, but we kind of ended as Gould and Medulla were heading back.
Yes.
So really, we should start with our two girls on the ship.
Okay, that's fine.
While Gould is heading back, because it's gonna be a little bit of a walk.
That's fine. I just wanted to quickly wrap it up because I asked at the end of the stream, what kind of things were you getting together? Were you stripping the ship completely? Are you guys like just taking the essentials? What are you doing?
I'm grabbing like an emergency bag of things.
Mm-hmm.
Ramming some stuff in there, so it'll probably be like probably like some mementos, and then like another bag full of just like oh, what are they called, like foil blankets, so that you can keep warm. And I don't know what it's about. All I know is that he's like, hey, get ready, things are gonna kick off, and I'm like, you didn't explain. any opportunity.
Nope.
He could literally have just he could come back and go, why are you all packed and ready to leave? I've set up a fireworks display. I'm gonna burn down the planet. We don't know. He could come back and go, I just need you to help me hide a body.
I mean, you don't know that.
I don't know that, but that's the thing, is that I'm planning for many different levels of bullshit that he's gonna come back with.
Oh no, I know. I know. I have a plan.
So yeah, I'd probably pack a couple of bags of odds and ends, like I said, one bag of like personal stuff, and then the other bag full of more change of clothes, things that we can use to survive.
So I will ask, is this like we're ditching the ship level of packing, or is this like a quick, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, I'm definitely doing a whatever happens, happens kind of thing. So it's like, what can I not live without? This, and this. I'll take my tools because I can make money fixing stuff if that's what we need to do, if we go on the run. I'm like, worst case scenario, polygoning.
You did tell me that you were bringing the plants with you. You were bringing the shock collars from one of our one of our earlier games that was not recorded, which may or may not come up later on in the future as to what those were all about. Because I don't think we were even on the Q-Ray planet when we started recording. I don't remember that well. But anyway, what was the other thing? You, like, obviously the Soctopus.
Mm-hmm. But Soctopus is lucky because he doesn't need packing away.
No, you can just hang on to
it. Yeah, just like, if there's any particular mementos.
Okay, I would like for you to write down on, like, actually, so that I can see it, in chat, have, like, a little list, if you would type up for me, of things that you are, like, things that I have packed for Aggie and Ellie.
Okay.
In the meantime...
In Rust Bucket?
Yeah, in the Rust Bucket thread. Yeah. In the meantime, Gould, you are being followed back to the Rust Bucket by Medulla. Hey, what's going on? What was up back there with all of that? Like, I thought you told me to stay out of trouble.
Our pilot has decided to get himself involved in something which, from what Aggie says, could potentially be trouble. So we're having to get ready in case we need to leave.
Oh, wait, Xanos?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know the specifics. All I know is he went off to do something, then he called Aggie, and basically Aggie was like, "So, guys!" And that is where we are now.
I really like the idea that you did an impression of him.
He did! His voice box totally, like, modulated to try and sound like Aggie as he was talking.
That's amazing.
I didn't know you could do that.
I record data. It's not difficult to reroute things through the audio output of my vocal box.
Oh, I don't know how any of that tech stuff works.
Yes, receipts of the shit we say. Maybe it's like
dude records everything. He will blackmail you all.
No, I think it's more maybe like treat it like a short-term, long-term memory thing. That like at the end of the day, he just goes through, and anything that he's like, this might be important, like for us later, he'll save. But anything he's like, this is just idle chatter, this doesn't matter, he just like wipes it.
Mm. So instead of dreaming, Gould sorts data. Fun.
Yes, of course he does.
Of course. Yeah, so, Medulla's just very confused. What are we doing exactly? Because you told me to stay out of trouble, which I did. And then you caused trouble, which is weird. And, why were you trying to tell that giant fucker what to do?
I wasn't trying to tell him to do anything. I was just trying to point out that he is not bound by the social conventions of the Siren anymore. They are undergoing a transitional time from all the news reports we've been hearing.
Oh, I was kind of out. What did you hear?
A large fleet of them went to war with a joint task force of Peacekeep and Brightest Eye, and there's been some sort of uprising on one of their criminal worlds.
Oh. And Medulla just, like, the impact of it doesn't really seem to phase Medulla. They're just like a, huh, that's nice, sort of look on their face. Because it doesn't really affect their day-to-day. They are, not really sure how to take that.
I mean, Gould doesn't really pick up on social cues, so if it doesn't bother Medulla, like, I doubt he's even going to notice. As for what we're doing, as I said, I don't know. All I know is the girls are back at the Wayfarer and are beginning to prep some of our belongings to bring with us in case we need to go. Unfortunately, it seems like we might not actually get paid for what we've done here, and
Wait.
I will sit on Xanos for that.
Wait, why didn't you get paid?
Because we haven't been paid yet.
Did you ask?
Usually you're paid at the end of... Like, if it's a day-by-day payment, they will pay you at the end of the day, once everything is done. You don't approach someone and go, right, I'll take that payment now.
So, what are you getting paid with? Is it, like, food, or...?
No, it was capital. Currency. Something that we could have done with to perhaps maybe buy ourselves a new ship.
Oh.
Or at least repair the Wayfarer to the point that it's not falling apart.
Shouldn't we go and ask about that? Before... Because you said that you don't know what's going on. Are we
I'm
supposed
also
to...
unaware of the time limit of things that we're operating under. For all I know, going back to the doctor, asking for our payment, and getting back to the maintenance bay that we've landed in, whatever Xanos is doing could put Ellie and Aggie at risk.
When you see a look on Medulla's face, it's kind of confused. Doesn't he really like the girls? I don't think he'd do that.
Xanos wouldn't be hurting the girls. Whatever he's doing might hurt them.
Do you think he's that stupid?
Well, as far as I'm aware, Aggie and Xanos had an altercation before he went off. So...
What? Wait. No, they get on better than anybody else on the ship. What do you mean? There was they fought? Is that what you mean by altercation?
I'm not fully aware of the specifics. However, Xanos left after that, and then sometime later, Aggie gets a call from him going, so there might be trouble.
This is really confusing.
I don't know all of the answers, but...
This is weird. Why can't it just be straightforward?
Because life isn't.
I don't know what's going on, but I guess I'm not going to be going swimming anytime soon if you guys are going to be doing who knows what.
Potentially, which is why I came to collect you and bring you back to the Rust Bucket, in case we needed to leave. We'd rather not leave without you.
Okay. Then I just need to get my weapon.
Well, we're heading back to the ship now, so you're going to have time to collect that.
Well,
I need to download my data.
yeah, but that's like the only thing that I own on the ship. That's mine.
I don't... No, I'm fully aware that that is your possession. Like, you are allowed to collect that. I wasn't going to stop you.
Okay. So, you guys make it back. I will ask, has Aggie and Ellie, like, did you pack it and, like, left it on, like, in front of the rust bucket? Or did you leave it inside, out of sight? What did you do with them?
I don't know. Like, did it sound like he needed us to pack and run? Like, how did he sound?
I'm fairly certain he just said, get everything together and get ready.
Yeah, that's what I'd probably end up saying to Ellie. I'd be like, he sounded really cagey and also very unhelpful and not specific in any way.
Oh my god. Oh, it's a really good job he's our pilot. Oh, fucking hell.
It's a really good job I've already punched him, because if I hadn't, I'd do it again.
Yeah. Oh, God. Okay.
We need to see
Right.
if we can send someone back as well, because I really want to get some money. I'd really like some money.
It would
Money
be ideal. We are almost broke. I spent 10 feeding these animals, and now I realise it was a really bad idea.
You're also in
I need
crutches.
that 10.
You're also in crutches because you hurt your foot and you hurt your arm.
Yeah.
Look, I've got this bag which is full of, like, there's blankets and there's some spare clothes in here, and I've got and emergency rations and some purification tablets.
Oh my god.
And I literally grabbed any of the stuff that could possibly come in useful, and that is in this bag. In this bag, and she points to like a little rucksack or something. It's like, this is just my stuff. It's just stuff that isn't going to matter to anyone. But that's that. This one is like the group bag, as it were. This is most. I don't think either of those two are going to really need anything in here. I've never seen Gould eat, so...
No, it would be weird if he ate. Where would the food go?
I don't want to think about this.
Maybe he'd absorb it, I don't know.
He only goes to gastropubs and inhales smoke.
Well done, well done, well done. Not just to the oxygen bar.
Oh.
Okay. So, as you guys head down...
Don't start.
As you guys head down the gangplank, with or without your bags, that's up to you.
They're probably like tucked just in the doorway so that we can run up, grab them, and go if we need to.
You see Medulla and Gould show up as they enter into the maintenance bay. Now there is a bit of bustle going on. There's because this is like a giant maintenance shed. So, like, there's equipment. You see a few more of those little hover cars. You see a couple of the Plugapa Siren that are dressed not in the same way as the, like, the face of the operation. These people are in maintenance clothes. They're very clearly there to work on anything that needs maintenance around, whether it be electronic or anything like that. So they're well away from where you guys are. They don't pay you much mind because you guys are the ones who own the ugly ship that people. It's the not my problem sphere. If that makes sense. If anybody's seen The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
No.
Okay. Never mind. I feel even more nerdy for having mentioned it. Basically, the concept is, if it's not my problem, I don't see it. Which is how a lot of really crazy bullshit gets away with happening in broad daylight, is because they use a device that's, it's not my problem, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Face. So you see the girls heading out of the ship as you're walking up.
I may have angered a Siren while retrieving Medulla.
Are you kidding me?
Aggie just like stops in her tracks, runs the hand down her face, and just goes, "It's fine."
Yeah, you thought it'd be me, huh? Medulla's just like looks surprised as anybody.
He had a sweet relief with him that was injecting him. He was one of those ones that uses them as things.
And he had this like 16-foot tall giant purple alien with him with 3 big old eyeballs, and I wanted him to throw me as far as he could out into the ocean, but the Siren said no, and for some reason this giant fucker is taking orders from this fuzzy, spiky looking Siren.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Any word from our pilot?
You have not heard from Xanos at all.
Aggie just stares at Gould. Just going, helpful.
How did the packing go?
I have probably forgotten something. That's the way it works.
Yeah. I think between us we're pretty good, but...
I gotta go get something. And Medulla runs into the ship.
God.
So, Medulla asked why we haven't gone back for our wages. Do we know if we have time to go and retrieve?
We will make time.
Are we planning to sell the rust bucket for maybe some extra? Like, it does have peacekeep parts in it that may net us a little more capital.
I would love to, but I have literally what's happening. I don't know if what he meant is or two, take a few days, I'm gonna come by. Or if he meant bunker underground and live there forever.
That is true.
He's incredibly unhelpful, and the temptation to punch him again is rising steadily.
I may have already mentioned to Medulla that I plan to sit on him.
Oh, please do.
Speaking of Medulla, they come out with the makeshift weapon that they had created, which is for those at home who don't know, because I don't know if it was in one of the logs from before. It's basically a what are they called? A meteor hammer. It's a weight on the end of a long chain, and Medulla has it wrapped up and attached to their belts. And Medulla looks down at the bags that they're passing as the door to the ship opens up and says, "Are we taking these?"
I didn't hear that last bit. What did you say?
Medulla looks down at the bags that are by the door and says, "Are we taking these?"
At the moment, I have no idea what we are or are not doing.
Well,
If we do need to take them.
We're not going to be able to walk around with our weapon.
why not?
Because this is meant to be a holiday.
Oh my god, it feels like a holiday, doesn't it? Everything about this.
I mean,
So much like a holiday.
The sass from Ellie. Oh my.
Aki just like puts a hand on her shoulder reassuringly, like up, considering that Ellie's taller than her, just pats her on the shoulder.
so are we gonna go and find Xanos, or are we gonna find Aggie's girlfriend, or what are we gonna do?
Oh shit! I forgot.
Shit.
We have no idea where Xanos is, Modula. We don't know what he's doing, where he's is, what trouble he's getting us into. We're just planning ahead for the eventuality that we may need to go very quickly.
Oh.
We are
He's
literally
very
at a,
incredibly helpful.
he is. We are literally at a point where we have no idea what the fuck is going on.
Oh, you should call your girlfriend. Otherwise, we're gonna have to leave her behind.
The two-way communicator is between one is with you and one is with Xanos, because your girlfriend gave it up so that you would be able to talk to Xanos.
We don't know where your girlfriend is, I don't.
Right.
No,
Right.
you don't.
Right.
She said,
Aggie like runs a hand down her face and just covers her eyes and just leans.
The
on
last
the
thing-
side,
the
side
last-
of the ship and just goes, "Okay, right, okay. So this is getting better every second."
the last
So-
thing you remember is that she asked you. She said she had a couple of capital to spend. Do you want her to get something for you or for something for the both of you? And that was the last conversation that you had with her this morning when she left. Because you said that you were going to be busy building things.
Yeah.
And you told her to enjoy herself.
So, Aggie's like trying to not freak out by this point. Like her hair has started to go frizzy from the dress. Like you know in Harry Potter where Hermione is over the cauldron and suddenly she's got like a very small afro.
Oh.
Like this is Aggie's like Mediterranean heritage just coming out, just like hair growing in size in relation to stress.
So Ghibli style.
Yeah, but like masses of curls. And she's just like, right, someone needs to go get the money. Someone needs to go find name.
Lilium.
Lilium, thank you. I've slept since.
It's been a while.
Needs to go find Lilium. Someone needs to be prepared for whatever Xanos is doing. That's 3 of us. And like swings around to Medulla and just goes, just do me a favor and stay on the ship. Don't touch anything. Don't do anything. Just stay on the ship and look after our bags.
Can I look after that? And Medulla points to Soctopus.
Aggie like pauses and just kind of looks at them very, very seriously.
Hmm.
If I come back and this is broken, there will be no force in this universe that will stop me from killing you. Do you understand?
Medulla looks somewhat taken aback and blinks at you and says, You said I could play with it whenever I wanted.
I did. Saying, you will be careful with it, or I will start breaking you.
I wasn't planning on breaking it because then I can't play with it.
This is me reminding you there are consequences for your actions. The consequence isn't that you will not be able to play with this again. The consequence will be that I will hunt you down.
Medulla's brow furrows a bit and says, Aggie, I thought we were friends.
We are friends, and trust me, I would say this to anyone. It's that important to me.
You can see that look on Medulla's face of possibly wanting to break it out of spite because of how adversarial you're being with them. But it passes. And Medulla just shrugs and folds their arms and clearly looks like they're pouting. Says, "Fine, take it with you. I don't care."
And Aggie kind of waits a moment, and then kind of offers it to them.
Thought you were worried I was gonna break it.
I'm worried that anyone will break it. It's not personal.
I would imagine, Medulla, if I happen to accidentally break it, Aggie would probably dismantle my suit.
Oh, without a second thought.
It's not just you.
Medulla is very clearly pouting, but they reach out and take this octopus.
So,
I'm sure he'll be in very good hands.
You can tell by the way that Medulla handles the octopus after having played with it before. They're a lot more careful with it than your girlfriend had been, who basically wrenched it out of a sweater earlier on this morning.
Yep.
Such a shitty girlfriend.
Fully.
I hate this Catwoman.
Aggie takes note. Her breath to Medulla just goes, "Thank you." Spins and's like, "Right, who wants to find what first?"
Medulla goes back into the ship with this octopus.
I am on fairly limited mobility, so...
would you like to
Bear
go
that
and
in
retrieve
mind.
the payment?
I mean, I can. I guess I could play up that I'm really injured and I need the money.
Aggie just like finger guns at her, you know when you like click and finger gun, she goes like, "Yes, do that, will not go wrong."
It would be terrible if there was a lawsuit.
Yes. So the other two are to find your companion and figure out where Xanos is.
It looks like it that way, yeah.
Just so I'm clear, we're gonna split up completely.
Yeah, it sounds like this is a three-way party split. Maybe you should set a time to reconvene.
Party. See, I immediately this was me turning around and going, "What would be the easiest thing to do?" I know, split everyone up.
I mean, you're not wrong. That's fine. That's fine.
But also,
If I
This is fine.
injure myself again somehow, because you know it will happen if it's going to happen to anybody, going back, then I'm alone.
I'm not that mean. You're going straight to see the doctor. You're heading
I
back
might
to...
fall over. You never
You
know.
might fall off one of the bridges or something.
The bridges have... The fucking bridges have guide rails on them. Like, they're really hard to just fall out of.
accidentally get like trodden on by a heavenly stair.
You would have to try really hard to accidentally fall off of one of these bridges.
Do a roll for me to while you're on crutches to see how stable you are. Oh, you've rolled a 1! Right, off you go the side! And then a heavenly stair steps on you.
You know
That's
it would
the end
happen,
of any
though.
right.
No,
I'm not gonna make you roll for going back to the doctor. Shall we do that scene first, since we're doing a 3-way party split
I don't
again?
know, are we splitting the party? Because we could just do each thing in turn, and then...
Yeah, that's
We
probably
don't-
what I'd say afterwards as well.
We
Either
could
way.
perhaps, if
Or
we
split
had
2 and 1, I don't know.
If we had some spare capital, perhaps we could maybe pay one of the local serum that works here to try and find your companion for us.
Nope, I am not that invested.
Are you sure you want us to find her, Ag?
Yeah, and we just...
But yeah, my time is fine. My money is. I'm not gonna.
Do you even have any money?
Maybe somewhere. She reaches down into. I don't even know what capital looks like, but she
It's
reaches
never
into
been
her bra
discussed.
and goes, "I've got some."
It's never been discussed.
No.
God.
I just like the idea that no matter where you go in the universe, if you have to wear a bra for any reason, for whatever reason, it doubles as a pocket.
No, no, it
Imagine
does
if it was
not.
coin. Like,
It
you
does.
just have like a. If it was coin, like you would have a really weird looking like bust.
I
'cause it would
always,
be,
I
like-
always assumed it was like.
sweetheart, no, I store loads of stuff in my bra.
Then again,
I
your quote
store
unquote pocket would be
phones.
much bigger than mine is, dear.
This is true. This is true.
Oh, you have 50. You have 50. You're okay. I checked on the sheet I made.
I
It's
always
cool, he doesn't have any money.
assumed that.
Yeah,
I always
I'm
assumed that capital was basically in the form of prepaid, like credit cards. You know, like they have a certain amount of money on them.
Also, it's contactless.
Is what?
It's a card. Oh, so
Contactless.
in the UK we now have there's a certain amount of money you can pay at in a shop. Like if your thing comes up to £15 and you can just touch it to a thing and it takes that money off. You don't have to input your PIN.
Well, there's that too. I don't. What are those called?
We call
It's
that
just-
contactless.
We just call it contactless.
Okay, then we'll say that you all have some sort of PDA device that will act as, you know, like access to the internet / your capital, and you transfer via wireless.
There's
like
probably Siren banks that
Probably.
the money is. Yeah.
Well, there may be
Basically some
a Peacekeep bank, but given how greedy Siren are, it's probably safer in their hands.
They're like the goblins from Harry Potter.
Exactly. That was exactly what I was thinking. You could keep it elsewhere,
Space
but
Gringotts!
Space Gringotts!
Yes.
they are fucking space goblins. Let's be real. But anyway, okay. What's the plan?
Oh,
You've killed her.
I set this off.
You've killed her. She's gone.
I'm sorry, Aggie. Aggie has feelings for a space goblin trash man. This is a thing that exists in this world. Right. So.
I'm sorry, I just had to mute myself while I just can't get over Space Gringotts and the fact that inevitably this will get back to Jackson.
I hope so. I really, really hope so.
Stop.
So-
Control yourself.
So, ladies, please.
That's been like 3 snorts from you so far.
Space Gringotts, though, guys.
God damn it. Balkan, this is all your fault. Anyway, okay, I'm going to start a scene with Ellie heading to see.
Oh,
We weren't
The doctors-
going individually.
Are you going individually or not? Tell me right now.
no, I think we're all going together.
Okay.
We're gonna all go together.
Okay, then y'all go together. It wouldn't matter to me if you split up or not. It's just then you're taking turns, so it's fine. Right. So, you head back to the clinic where you were patched up moments before. Tarok is taking care of some paperwork, given that the person that he hired to look after the one sick heavenly stare is, well, had to undergo minor surgery. You had to get sutured up where you got bitten. I mean, very, very minor surgery. There's paperwork to deal with that. There's dealing with the remains of the creature, the parasite that was found attached to you that was then forcefully removed. There's so much to do. So you find Tarok pretty easy. All you do is you ask one of the nurses at like the front desk of the clinic, and they point you to like one of the offices, like a small office, and Tarok's there doing paperwork. And when you all come in, Tarak stands up and says, "Oh, Mrs. Wright, are you all right? Are you feeling all right?"
Yeah. I've
What's-
never been better.
Why did you leave? There was a big hullabaloo and what's going on?
We had business to attend to on our ship.
Are you quite
Urgent
all right?
business. Yeah.
I see you're back. Gould, you said that you were going to be leaving. I don't understand. Will you be staying?
At the time, I meant leaving the clinic. I didn't necessarily mean leaving the planet. We are unaware of what is actually going on with one of our crew members right now.
Is it terribly pressing?
Gould kind of looks to Aggie and Ellie like, we don't know.
Maybe.
Because, Miss Wright, I would... I'm getting an echo off of yours, Balkan, by the by.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I would really like to see that you, rest and recuperate. As I said before, your chart said that you would be, a week or so before you were up to shape to do anything. Are you certain you don't want to lie down?
I'm pretty certain. I'll rest later. Yeah.
Is there something that I can help you with then?
Yes. How do I put this tactfully?
Not to sound rude, but we would like to be paid.
Yeah. Please pay us.
I had
In
thought...
case we need to leave, we could do with the capital. I apologize if that sounds rude, but...
Oh, normally we're paid at the end of the week. It's only been a day. So that's only 100 capital apiece for a day's worth
That's
of
better
work.
than nothing.
Technically, the design that Aggie and I produced is of our nature. If you would like to purchase said designs from us...
I'm afraid once it was entered into the Siren data bank, it belongs to the company. You were freelancers. This was made for us on commission. I'm sorry. You don't get a bonus because you did well. Thank you for doing your job, but no, you don't get incentives based on a single day's worth of work. I'm sorry.
Very well, we
Cool.
You don't own the copyright to it. Does that make sense?
Aggie's basically just freaking out right now. She's just like pacing in a little circle, just going, this is, yep.
Ma'am, are you alright?
Oh, I'm fan-fucking-tastic, mate. Me, I'm grand. Yep, couldn't be better. Tip-top.
Well, does this mean you won't be sticking around to actually make the drone?
We don't know.
We have no idea. I cannot stress how much we don't understand.
I'm very confused. Well, why is
Oh,
it?
join the club, mate.
Why is it that you don't know?
Because we are unaware of what our crew member is doing. Right now, he could be getting us into trouble with some other Siren for all we are aware.
That's not very good for this planet. As captain, you are responsible for your crew members. I would make an executive decision at the moment. What do you plan to do, sir?
And Aggie just like falls to the floor, just like in hysterics.
Ma'am?
She's just
Are
gone.
you, what's, doctor? Doctor! Can I get a doctor, please?
She's fine.
And he calls for... There is a number of nurses who come with a wheelchair for Aggie and help get Aggie into it.
She's fine. She's just
laughing.
A lot.
Does she need a
not under any
sedative?
duress.
No.
She's fine.
What is it with people and trying to sedate our crew? I swear to God.
This is a
she
human
seems to be in
response.
hysterics. What's going on here?
This is a human response to something that is highly amusing in a situation that could not be any more wrong.
Sir,
It's a human thing.
As the captain of the Wayfarer, you are responsible for your crew. I would like a definitive answer as to what's going on, what's happening. Will you be able to do the job that you are commissioned to do?
I have been here all morning working for you. I
Yes.
was unaware of what my crew member was doing because as far as we're aware, this is a resort planet and he had nothing to contribute to anywhere else. So he was, as far as I was aware, taking a vacation.
Oh, dear Lord. Do we need to put out a notice for him to bring him in? Has your crew member gone missing? Are they being insubordinate? Is there anything that you require of us to bring him to you?
Doctor, I'm aware that you need all the information, and I am telling you, I have not got this information to give you.
That's why I'm offering you this means of finding him. Do you want us to put out a notice to bring him to you?
That kind of sounds like you're going to arrest him.
Roughly? Detain him at least.
We don't want you to arrest him.
No charges would be brought to him, but as someone who's rebelling against their captain, we would be happy to detain him for you.
I'm not sure that he is rebelling against me. I wouldn't go that far. Our next port of call is to try and go and find him ourselves. But considering...
And then punch him repeatedly.
However, if it means that we're only getting paid any kind of looks to Charlie and Aggie, like 300 total, because it's 100 each, I would assume, then... I mean, the least you could do is... the least you could offer is some hazard pay, as you did lead
almost
to the
kill
injury
me
and death of my doctor.
That will be settled through the clinic. That is not my... that is not covered under anything that I can pay you. That will be through the clinic.
Of course it isn't.
Well, you have her account details, so you can transfer that money straight into her account.
Yes. Give me one moment, please. And he pulls out a small device that you saw earlier when he was heading towards your room with a crutch in one hand and this PDA system in another. Types in what he was going to type in before, and you are alerted, because you have a robotic suit, you are alerted that you have been paid. And there is, in Ellie's account, should you decide to check, there is 500 capital from Tarok's personal funds after what happened.
Amazing.
I feel terrible about what happened, truly I do, but honestly, I did expect to see you for quite a bit longer.
Yes, we expected to be
Shit
staying for
happens.
quite a bit longer. But as my doctor has said, the human phrase, shit happens, it is quite apt here.
God.
I may have to start using that phrase more myself.
Please do. I cannot wait.
That's such a strange thing for a Ditopus to say.
He's literally best friends with a human.
As you cannot keep up your end of the contract, I am afraid, due to the instability of the situation at hand, I am going to have to let you go. I cannot be responsible for a project that is based on maybes and what-ifs.
Well, our blueprint is sound. There is
Yes.
no what-ifs or maybes about our work. Our work is sound.
And you were to build it for us, which you have not done.
Look, 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 look. We can't guarantee that we're going to be here, but we also don't know if we're not going to be here.
I can't
In a
have that.
Schrodinger's equation of being here and not being here at the same time. If you would give us some time, we will find this. I will beat some sense into his goddamn lumpy head, and then everything should be hunky fucking dory. If not, then you don't have to worry about paying us anymore because we won't be here. You can find someone who is most likely going to be subpar to me to build your things for you, and you can go on your merry way, not thinking about us ever again. Or we'll be here for the remainder of the time. We'll build what you need, we'll get paid, you'll get an amazing thing, everyone's happy, no one has to leave.
At the tone of voice, Tarak just stands up a little bit straighter, and on these spindly legs of this alien creature, it takes you a minute to realize just how tall Tarak Zerth actually is. He's pretty big. Especially when he's not slouched over looking at plants. Madam? I understand. However, you would not hire an engineer who you could not guarantee would come to work every day. I was expecting you to be there for at least a week. You cannot have me making concessions on your behalf on maybes and what-ifs. I'm sorry. This is the end of our working relationship. Thank you for your hard work. Enjoy the money that has been transferred to your account. We are done. Is that clear?
Aggie stands up, dusts herself down and goes, there's another human phrase that you're going to want to think on, and it's called, fuck you too. And she just leaves.
Tarak gives a very long, suffering sigh and then turns to Gould and says, well, that's very unfortunate.
That it is, but I'm with her.
I was looking forward to working together. I'm sorry. But thank you. And he gives a little nod and he extends his hand to shake yours.
Takes Gould a moment before he shakes his hand back. My engineer was not wrong, you do realise that. Sure, you can't be on what's and ifs, but she would have built that better than anyone else would.
I don't doubt it, but she also has something of an attitude problem.
I actually like her attitude, personally. That is why she is my best friend.
There's a very long sigh again, and Tarak stands up and folds his arms behind his back in a very, like, not quite noble, but very, I don't know quite how you'd say it, refined sort of manner, and says, well, unfortunately, hopefully next we meet will be under better circumstances, and should you wrap up what it is that you're looking into, I might be able to persuade my employers to give it another go. However, given circumstances, that may or may not be possible. I would very much like to have you on, Gould. You're a brilliant Itopus, and your engineer, while incredibly hot-headed, does know a damn good job. She does know what she's doing.
She single-handedly keeps our ship running. Like, I'm fully well aware that she's good at her job, and her hot-headedness I have come to appreciate.
Yes, but that isn't appreciated here.
Well, we're a crew of vagabonds and misfits, so this is what you get.
Yes, I see. But
Just because someone is from a well-off and fruitful background doesn't mean that we're any less capable than them.
I said nothing to disparage your capabilities. I think you're quite brilliant. It's just your tardiness and lack of ability to give me a time frame is incredibly frustrating.
Yeah, well, so is almost dying in the... Can't get what time.
Well, good day, Doctor.
Good day. I'm sure someone will see you out. And he turns and goes back to his work. But you got paid. You also got
I
sacked.
get paid.
Just.
So, did like Gould and Aggie get actually like 100?
Yes.
Or
Gould and Aggie
Right.
got 100 credits. Ellie got 600 because Tara gave her
6 or 5?
you got 100 for the work?
100 for the work and 500 for
I'm sorry that I almost got you killed, money.
which Tara gave you out of his own
Guilt.
pocket. Because
Good.
otherwise it would have been tied up in paperwork, which he's currently doing.
So as a crew, we have 800 capital now.
That's way better. That's more than we were gonna get paid.
Well, no, you were going to get paid 700 apiece.
Okay. It's still really good.
Oh, I'm fine. I expected us to walk away with nothing. So, yeah.
I think the guilt worked. I have guilt money.
You have guilt money. Oh no.
So Gould would sort of help usher Ellie out a little bit.
She's going.
It's just like, because I'd imagine she's like that angry walk with the crutches that people do. And Gould is just kind of sort of standing there like, just in case she like, because she does seem a little bit clumsy.
Oh. Oh, how rude.
To Gould, she comes off a little bit clumsy sometimes, so he's
Oh,
just sort of
rude.
standing there just in case she like angry puts the clutch down and misses and like goes to fall. Like he just wants to be there and get to catch her.
Oh no.
He's trying to look after his crew and he's doing a really bad job of it.
Oh, poor
Yeah,
boy.
everyone else is fine. It's okay. Well, no, Xanos isn't fine. We don't know what's going on with Xanos.
No, you have no idea. So,
Alright,
Now-
that's one thing down.
we get to figure out how you go about searching. And so search is a perception search and
Well,
I suppose...
I mean,
Hmm?
that's good and all, but I have a scanner and I have Xanos's biological data. Like, I'm just going to input it into the scanner and look
Yeah,
at
but
his
are we
biological
finding
data.
Xanos? Or Lilium?
Suppose we have to look for both of them.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we kind of have a vague idea that she went shopping.
I will tell you, the scanner
Or
is
you,
for...
Aggie does.
The scanner is for identifying. Like figuring
Yeah,
out. It's
like,
not for...
you're just-
It's not a tracker.
No, but when you're scanning an area and you're identifying things there would be trace biological matter of Xanos regardless. If he'd walk somewhere, like transfer his skin cells against a wall or something, like that
So
would
that's a-
still come under identify because you're scanning an area and you're identifying what it's picking up.
So basically,
But
you're
in
going to be looking for like a point for us to start on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that would be how he's scanning. I'm scanning for trace
Okay.
biological residue that matches Xanos' genetic signature.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Then
it will
just-
be less of
Just roll identify.
Like, just identify on its own?
With the perception modifier.
Okay.
Oh, are we all looking as well?
No, everybody else it would be perception search, but because Gould is using identify, that's what he rolls, because he said that he's using the scanner to try and find a specific thing.
Perception, stealth. Okay.
No,
Perception,
search.
Search.
Yes.
Yes, I was
I'm
reading
not.
them.
Yeah, so I'm not even going to try that because I'm at a negative modifier.
And I got a natural 1, so I fall over.
No, you don't fall over. As Gould is looking into the scanner, you just walk into him.
I thought you were going to say, yeah, and you just go blind. That's it. You can
No.
never see ever again.
You've actually fallen off the bridge. Who knew it was possible
God
after
damn it.
all? No, you just bump into
I
Gould.
told you I'd roll a 1.
I got a 22.
Okay, 22.
Glad one of us knows how to use their eyes. He's the person with no eyes.
It takes you a little while because you're looking for a Siren on a planet of Siren. So it takes a minute to recalibrate itself so that it's, no, I want this specific Siren. So it automatically takes out all of the Plugava Siren. Like, okay, there's other kinds of Siren. No, I'm not looking for that type of Siren. I'm looking for this specific one. And you put that into the scanner. And you find that it is pointing you in the direction, like, Xanos has been busy in the time that he disappeared. It starts you back off at the maintenance bay, but there's traces of him getting around quite a bit.
Right. Pardon me. Hello.
Hello, do you want to go back to the maintenance bay and start the search there, or do you want to just start where you think it might be freshest? Because you have no idea what he's up to. So you can either...
That's the start, like, the logical outcome is go from where the start is and follow it that way.
Or you could take a risk, not knowing what he's up to, and go and find him now.
Well, the idea is to trace him and find him using this. Like, we have no idea where he is. Saying, go and find him now, it's like, well, how do you start? We're in an entire resort, like, we have no idea where. So, Gould starting at the maintenance lab with, like, maintenance, like, hangar, like, right, this is where his genetic material is strongest. Now let's follow it from here, kind of thing.
It's more where you're standing is at a converging point. If you go back to the hangar bay where you know he was before, you can follow him from where he had, like, started this little mission on, and you can figure out what exactly he was up to, or you can follow the fresher trail and just go straight to him. I'm leaving that option up to you.
Gould looks up from his scanner.
As Ellie bumps into him.
As Ellie bumps into him, and he's like, oh, sorry,
No, it was me. I wasn't looking.
So,
Oh, God.
I possibly have picked up traces of him that seem relatively fresher in terms of degradation of cellular material. So we might be able to find him now, or we can try and follow where he's been and figure out what he's done first.
Do we want to find him? Like,
Presumably, we want to find our pilot. Yes, Ellie.
well,
He didn't sound like he wanted to be found. He didn't give me any information or indication that that was a fun thing to do. Of course, I now trust him about as far as I can throw him.
I can throw him pretty far.
I was gonna say, isn't that gonna be fairly far?
Yeah. But even then, it's not going to be very far. You know, he's curls up in like a ball, and I like fastball special him. But
Are you saying he's fat?
no, I'm saying that he's round like a ball.
He would roll down a hill very well.
He would. I mean, he would.
Like a pill bug. Like a pill bug.
Like a pill bug. Yeah.
He just folds in on himself and become like the perfect soccer ball.
I mean, you're not wrong.
That needs to be artwork. That needs to be artwork.
No, it does not. He's already got a beer belly and a double chin, and he's a fat man.
He needs to be rolled up as a ball, and it's just like Gould in the pose of like after he's kicked him, like arms out, leg extended, and like Xanos just flying through the air.
The best bit is that I had to mute herself. I don't know if it's because she's laughing.
Sorry, my brain is just like imagining more things now. Like
no,
Aggie builds him
let's continue on,
Aggie
please.
builds him armor that like protects him from the kick, and that's how we launch Xanos into combat.
I hate you all.
Oh my gosh!
I hate you all so much. Which way are you going, guys?
Are you okay? Are you knocking something over? Are you alright?
I'm okay. I'm fine.
I wouldn't mind a suggestion from you two. Which would you prefer?
Prefer to leave him behind so he doesn't cause us anymore.
I think I'd much rather know what he's doing instead of where he is. Because if we can figure out what he's doing, then we can plan accordingly.
Yeah.
Tell us in advance if we need to scarper, if we need to reinforce, blah de blah de blah de blah. And then it means that we can then run and try and find Lilium, because even if you don't like her, I get the feeling that 4 arms are better than none.
That doesn't make sense in this context because they both have 4 arms, both Xanos and your girlfriend.
Huh?
Oh no, Gould gets the context because she comes from a planet of Kirae that are pretty good at fighting, so the idea of having a 4-arm Kirae around in case we need to defend things, like,
got it.
Might be helpful.
Okay, that makes sense.
Xanos would be about as useful as a chocolate fucking teapot, whereas Lilium could, like, wrestle a few guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we can start from where our ship is. We can follow his traces there. If he's only been gone so far today, so I can factor out the other biological traces of him that would be around the resort that have a particular percentage of degradation. So we should be able to get a timeline of his events today.
It's a good plan.
Okay.
Do you remember all this kicked off this morning after the scuffle?
No.
God, what a shitty day.
Didn't it?
What?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it started in the morning after there was news, and then Xanos tried to leave, and there was a fight, and then y'all went and saw the doctor. This was this morning.
Day.
This is literally the same day.
This is the second day.
Oh my god, I'm gonna need a holiday from this holiday.
You have been on this planet for literally 2 days.
This is the worst.
Maybe 3.
This is the worst holiday ever. And I've been to Butlins.
I don't know what that means.
Anyone that's from the UK will understand.
Okay.
It's like a holiday park thing.
Got it. But yeah, so you guys, are you planning on heading back?
We're gonna play a day in the life of Xanos.
Go on the world's shittiest treasure hunt.
Okay.
It's gonna be like
clue this shit up.
It's gonna be like that Baby's Day Out film, you know, where it like goes through the city and it's like the construction yard and
Oh god.
all of that. Like this is what we're doing. We're basically living a day in the life of Xanos.
I forgot I watched that movie. Yeah. I had blotted it from my mind. God damn it, Balkan. I wanted to forget. Why would you make me remember? Such a shit
Because
film.
this is exactly how I envision this. It's just that instead of a baby, it's a grown man that looks like a baby.
I need you all to roll me, because once you get back to once you get back to the hangar, like, knowing where he went is the easy part. Knowing what happened is different. So I would like you to roll some things for me, because obviously he talked to people, he did things, so you know where he went, but you don't know what he did.
I completely forgot to add +2 from my identifier from my scanner on that
You're
last
fine.
roll. I would have got 24, not 22.
That's why you were able to, like, you can either take the fresh road or you can follow the path. Okay. So,
Right, so
it is let me see. So this is going to be your perception modifier, tracking, and persuade. Also streetwise, because this uses a lot of things.
Wait, where is persuade and
Persuade
is social.
No. Why is this coming into it? Because I thought we were just following what Gould was scanning.
Well, you could follow the path that somebody took, but you won't know what they did until you talk to people.
Oh, right, so you're factoring and us talking to people.
Yes.
As well.
Oh, so it's
This-
less getting situational
Yes.
awareness and going, he's spoken to these people, therefore this is happening. It's going to be,
Well, you're
we
gonna
have
be-
to
yeah.
actually detective work.
Yes. So this is all of you, if you would roll those things for me, and then I will give you what you get out of it based on your rolls.
Okay, I was not paying attention. What are we rolling?
Perception modifier.
Yeah.
Track, your
Track.
persuade, and streetwise.
Okay.
Alright.
Damn it! If nothing, it's streetwise.
I was going to say, so can I just not? Because my negative modifier will literally outweigh anything I do. I have such a bad negative modifier that I can't actually roll anything.
Instead of like,
So I'm just not going to do that. I'm just going to tag along.
Okay.
Because Gould is more like using his scanner to like
This is
track his path. Like, can I?
that's
use my
already
identifier
that's
to
already
track?
taken care of. This you know where he went.
Okay.
That's not part of this. I will ask you to roll though, Aggie, because you are tagging along and you are gonna ask questions, and it's like a group thing.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I took some.
I'm just going to say I'm really glad your guys got better than me in this, because this is not going to go
I
well.
took some merits to bump my persuade up because I was like, shit, Gould's the captain, he's gonna need some social shit. So I like bumped my persuade up a bit. So.
Yeah, this is not going to go well. I think I'm on something stupid like -4 modifier for one of these rolls.
What?
How?
How do you get a -4 modifier?
Yeah,
Because I've got a 6 in the ability.
Oh.
And I can't change it.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no
I didn't
real
realise it was
easy...
that low. I'm so sorry.
That's the thing. There's no easy way to change it other than putting in dots in a certain skill, which then you erase those dots and up the thing, which still gives me a really shitty modifier.
Okay.
I can't do anything about it.
But that's just like playing a character like Grog who has low intelligence. That's. I'm sorry, it was a shitty roll.
Because they only have the strength skills, and then they'll have like their main whatsits, and then they'll have extra buffs for the minor things, so like their intelligence, skills, that kind of thing. But because of this, the way it works, and because there's no easy way to really up the main
attributes,
up our strength or our dex or anything like that, that's why it's never going to really get any better.
Got it.
So track, persuade, perception modifier. I don't have streetwise.
So,
Okay.
I'm on a -4 already.
I'm sorry.
It's absolutely fine. This is a homebrew system. This is the kind of thing when it happens
Yeah.
that it'll turn around and go, so that's why I did. I've done it before. It's absolutely fine.
Well, I will do my best to make sure that some items are introduced. Now that you have money, some items are going to be introduced to offset some of those negatives.
Well,
Because that's a very valid point.
Try and think of a better way to up our base stats, like the strength and the dex and that kind of thing.
Okay.
That'll
We
probably
can
be
talk about
even
it.
better. Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be a discussion, don't worry.
Yes.
Fine.
Right, I think I got a pretty decent roll. So,
What do you get?
21.
Okay. What gold get?
17.
Okay.
I'm just calculating my bonus at the moment. It's not going to go well. Right, so that drops me back down to. Oh no, that didn't help. Don't do that. Don't roll off. That doesn't help. Oh Jesus, what am I even at now? I think I've got something stupid like 3.
Oh, Aggie.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Just too stressed.
The thing is that I've got 5 in Streetwise.
Oh no! You are a streetwise
Everything
person.
else. Everything else drops me down.
And you rolled badly anyway, I guess.
I've rolled an 8.
Oh,
So
God.
I'm acting on the assumption that the so that's me.
Oh.
Aggie.
Imagine I'm finger gunning at you guys right now. That's what I'm doing.
Oh. Okay. So give me a second. I need to bring up my calculator here right quick.
So you got what, a 3 over?
Well, I'm taking the average.
Oh no, you're dropping us down, Aggie!
Well, the total is 41 if you add all 3 of our rolls together.
Yeah.
I turned around and when I don't want to do it, I'll just tag along and not contribute. And Chris
So
was
the
like,
average
"No,
is
you
like-
have to."
13.33333333 recurring each of us. So effectively, we each rolled a 13.
Yeah. So you did just
Wait,
fine.
that's not terrible.
You're fine. So you got it's over 5. So you got 14. 14 is fine. Okay. So you guys head back to the bunker where you can see there is a smear of green Siren blood that has stained the cement from when Aggie just about rode his body down onto the pavement.
Not in a kinky way. Not in a kinky way.
No, not in a kinky way. And he left. You start asking around. They say, "Oh yeah, that's didn't he get fired? He said he got fired. Said he was looking for other ships that were coming in." And the maintenance people shrug and say they pointed him in the direction of another person who was hiring. You go through several different ship captains. They all say, "Yeah, we saw him." Santos Gamea. Yeah. We saw him. Didn't have any room aboard our ship. And then you get, as you're following the scanner back, you spot on the same beach, in the shade of the same rock, the Siren with the sweet relief and the giant alien. As you're standing on one of the rope bridges, he's having a chat with Xanos. And they seem like they're hitting it off. They're laughing with each other and having a chat, and Xanos offers the Siren one of the beers that Gould had given him, and they both like clink drinks and toss one back.
Can I roll some sort of insight check
Sure.
on him? He's doing this because I want a character considering what he's recently gone through, what he said to me.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, this is suspicious.
Uh-huh.
Thanos, don't do the thing.
Uh-huh.
So what do you want me to roll?
For an insight check? Social empathy and xenozoology. Because he's an alien.
Right. Sorry, my phone's just ringing.
Oh,
so
hello.
I'll be back with you in a second.
Okay. That was strange. That's alright. But yeah, so that's what you guys see from where you stopped on the bridge. You're about a story up and you can't hear the conversation they're having.
Oh yeah, I figured that we weren't, but I was just going to wait for Liz to get back and then see what Aggie figures out.
Well, Aggie's doing an insight check. If you guys want to chat with each other while Liz is taking a phone call, that's fine. Like, oh yeah, I see him. There he is. That fucker. That's him. Or however that meme goes.
I have it pinned.
Ah yes, him. That motherfucker.
Well, he doesn't seem to be getting us into any trouble to be wanting to leave. He changed his surname from
Miet to Gomia.
Hello, sorry about that.
It's alright.
That was my friend calling to make sure I hadn't died.
No, still alive and kicking.
No, legitimately, she was like, I haven't heard from you. You alright? I'm like, yes, I'm absolutely okay.
Except I'm going to punch my boyfriend in the face. My space trash man boyfriend.
Well, this is how well she knows me. I went, I'm about to do something with D&D, and she went, right, I'll just go then. Call me later, alright? Love you.
Oh.
Amazing.
She doesn't get it, but she knows.
Oh.
So that's maths.
It's okay.
21.
Yeah. Balkan, go. I'll let you know as soon as Balkan finishes saying what he was saying.
That's absolutely fine.
So you had 21. Let me write down so I don't forget.
Yeah. So Gould is like. So Aggie would hear this. Basically, Gould is like, well, he doesn't appear to be causing us any trouble. He seems like he wants to leave. He's already changed his surname from Miet to
Gomia.
Why do I know that name?
Because I told you, like, that's his actual surname. Like, that's his family name. So,
yeah.
It would be like his middle name when he takes on the name of a captain. But now that he's no longer working for a captain, he's going by his surname.
Rude.
You know very well that after all of the fuss that he caused this morning, that very emotional fuss that he caused this morning, that was incredibly sincere, he's up to something. This is all very well planned out. Because if you remember that... Oh, you never met this guy, that's right. You don't know who that guy is down there. You have no idea. But you know it's a Siren with a sweet relief. You remember this morning your girlfriend told you that she had partied with a Siren who had a sweet relief. And his name was Jimta Rasp.
And I jumped to the conclusion that this is... Because I remember that when it was mentioned that this guy was here...
Yeah.
he freaked the hell out.
He said he knew the guy.
Yeah, he was like, I knew him, blah, 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 and was like, oh yeah, he's totally got sweet relief. And I remember he went like a little mad.
Yep.
So can I assume that this is the guy that he's known in the past?
Yep.
And I turn immediately to Gord and I'm just like,
Really?
or something to do with his sweet relief. This is he knows that guy. We had this whole it's a long story, it involves emotions and shit. But basically he knew him. That the Siren knew that the sweet relief like pets, and I think he's gonna try and I think he's gonna try and get his own back. I think he's gonna kill him. At least do something stupid.
That's the Siren that I met this morning.
Oh, that's fantastic.
The one you pissed off.
The one I pissed off. His bodyguard there, I was trying to convince should find employment elsewhere, and he didn't appreciate it.
I bet he's involved with sweet relief trafficking. He has a bodyguard. Yeah. I think we should go find Lilium. I think we should leave Xanos to do whatever it is he's doing. I think we should go find Lilium, and because she also said that she met a guy that had a sweet relief. So
are you sure that we should leave Xanos to potentially kill this man, or get killed in the process of trying to kill this man?
The two-way thingy, is it doesn't broadcast, does it? It's
No.
only to the person that's got it.
It's like a walkie-talkie.
So if I were to broadcast, everyone would hear it.
No, it's only those two.
What?
Yeah,
What?
but what I mean is a walkie-talkie. Anyone can then hear it on,
Oh.
or is it like an earpiece?
No, it's like a handheld device that you talk into.
So Aggie's voice would come out, and this other Siren in the bodyguard would hear it. That's what Liz is asking.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And you know that because you used it to call Lilium back to bed with you the night before.
Yeah, but it was basically, I didn't know if it was going to work like a phone,
Ah.
or if it was like an earpiece and only the person that had it could hear it. That kind of.
Gotcha. No, it would be.
Right, that's that. Plan
If it
out the
was
window
turned
then.
on, it would be out loud. But you don't even know if it's turned on or not.
No, but that's that plan out the window because I don't want to risk it.
Oh God, no.
That fucking laugh.
I hate y'all. I hate all of you.
Love you.
I've already said I live to make Kaz and Balkan laugh. I feel like a deep sense of success.
I think with the revelation that we've come up with, we should take a small break, perhaps.
So you can wake up in peace.
Maybe.
Sure.
Oh dear.
I hate you all.
Love you too, Krista.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Should we take a break?
Yes. It's
Go
been a
take a
couple
break.
hours anyway. Anyway, so yeah, let's take let's try and shoot for like 10 minutes. Let's try and shoot for 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then we shall return. Thank you all for listening. We will be back. You guys are jackasses.